Hi Flosstube. This is Stephanie with Kate's Crafts, and I am back for Flosstube number 2. Um, this is my YouTube channel that's all about cross stitch and crafting. So if you're here, hopefully, that's what you're into. um, uh, Change of scenery for number 2. Apparently, I have to lock myself in my bedroom to get away from my children today. So I'm late filming this. I don't know what happened with September. It flew by. I don't know about you, but last time I blinked, it was the end of August. The kids were going back to school, and even though we're still trying not to do anything, um, it seems to be busier. Just fall, I guess, everything gets busy. Um, so I also got a new computer, and I have no idea how this webcam is going to work out. So hopefully the video quality is okay. It is officially red cup season in my house. Uh, Yesterday was the Hallmark ornament premiere, and I am full on in Christmas mode in my head on my Hallmark channel. Although all my stitching apparently will be Halloween, which you'll see today. So hopefully, grab a cup of coffee, I'll sit back, enjoy. I hope you enjoy. I have a bunch of stitching. I have some haul. I have a very interesting story. I have some old haul that I found, and I got a new Stitchy Planner. So got a bunch of stuff to show today. So I hope you guys enjoy. This one might be a little bit longer than my last one, but hopefully still just as entertaining and whatnot. So one thing I did to kind of make things easier, I'll still probably drop in photos. Um, but one of the things I wanted to show you, my Stitchy room is not quite set up yet. So what I did was I wanted to have all my whips visually in one place, and the patterns and charts that I have already kitted up in my wish list stuff. So I took these folders, just folders from my kids' school. Like, they come home at the end of the year, they haven't used them, they're all empty and good. So, and I cut out a little picture. So these are my current whips, all of these. And you'll see these. So I'll go through these and I may refer to these, but I just thought this was an easy way to do this until I can get like a bulletin board in my Stitchy room. So I may refer back to this as we go here. And I have another one for what like I said, what I have kitted up. So see, these are some of the ones that I have kitted up. I think this will be my next start. I found all the floss for this. This is the Disneyland map. And then I have the Rainbow Paris skyline. I showed you guys these 3 last week. And actually, this one needs to come off because I started this yesterday. But yep, so these are some of the ones that I have ready to go. So I'm going to keep this handy as well. A couple of them aren't kitted fully, but it helps me try and plan what's next. So just thought that was a fun idea. And I just realized I don't have one of my whips. I may have to edit it in. Thought I was fully prepared. But I'm going to start with a finish. I have a finish. You guys saw this last time, and it was almost done. This is my Harry Potter sampler. This is stitched on 14 count Aida from 123 Stitch. The pattern is from Shashuda Cross Stitch on Etsy. I linked it last time. I can put links again down below. But for the most part, I did as called. Now, the only thing, she had 2 versions. One had more white in here than black, and in the pattern I bought, the Deathly Hallows was black, the Stag was black, and the 9 3/4 was black, and I just thought that was too dark, so I did the 9 3/4 in white. I also changed, let's see here, a little closer, on the Hogwarts letter, I changed the seal. It was supposed to be gray, and I wanted to add just a little bit more red in there, so completely done. Very excited. This one I'll probably just end up framing, and my son has called dibs if he wants it in his room. So I'll go from there. But it's a fairly straightforward pattern, good stitch to travel with. Also, if you're starting out, that's another, I think it's a good one. So I would recommend her Etsy shop. I actually started another one of hers, which I will show you. Another start and finish I have is I voted. This is by Ink Circles. It's actually a free chart. Um, and I have the DMC I used just for my stash here. I used the red is 817 and the blue is 820. And the white is just from the white Ada. I did not stitch in white. So I made this. Erin, Two Martini Stitcher, showed this on her channel. And she did this and put it on sticky back felt and then made a needle minder and a magnetic pin out of it. So I'm going to stitch a bunch of these. This is actually just a strip that was cut off from one of my Heaven and Earth project. So I'm going to try this month to stitch a bunch of these so I can give some to my parents and my husband and I. Make sure you vote. No matter how you're voting, you should be registered to vote if you live in America. I know I had some non-Americans leave comments last time, which was awesome, but for those of you here, again, free pattern, just in it, literally, I think I stitched it up on Erin's Stitchy group Zoom call, and I think I stitched it in probably half an hour. Super easy. So, all right, so that is then going into whips, and I think most of these you've seen. Oh, and this was on 18 count Ada. Like I said, it was just an offcut from my Heaven and Earth. This is the Home from Christmas Sal. Fuzzy Fox Designs on Etsy. There's also a Facebook group for it. So far 9 of the houses have been released, and as you can see, I've stitched 3 part of one and another. A little behind, but that's okay. I'll have it done by Christmas. One of the things I did is I changed up, and on the B here, I used the variegated floss because I hadn't tried that before and I wanted to, and I figured a stitch along like this is the best way to experiment and try things. But I did realize that I've stitched both of these like one stitch, I think, too close. No, too far from the border. So at the other end, I think it's going to be a little scrunched. So I have to see how that's going to work out. I am obviously not going to frog everything right now and move it. So it is what it is, and I will be okay with that. This is on an 18 count oatmeal from I think Joann's, Michael's, Ada. But I think these are really cute. Again, this is something that travels really well. I can pack it up and just grab enough floss for one of the houses, and it goes pretty fast. I haven't done any of the back stitching or beads on those. As I said, I was going to fill all that in at the end, just in case I have it in or a Q-snap as I go along. But I think it's coming along all right. The next one I have is Tatooine. Welcome to Tatooine. Last time I just had down kind of this side here, and I filled in some more of the brown, and almost all of the orange that you see here, and the yellow for the windows is new. So I'm making some progress on this. I think that was a good night of stitching on this one. I feel like I made progress this month, but I feel like I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. But I guess that's probably always true. This is 18 count easy grid, and it's pretty stiff, but I think it's coming along pretty nice. This one didn't import into Pattern Keeper very well. It's the new, with the update of Pattern Keeper, it can't search the symbols, but it can go in there, and I'm trying to do that, but it's like when you can't select the symbol, so when you mark off, you can get off pretty easy, and so this one's going a little bit slower than some of my other pieces, but still happy with how it's going. It's just honestly, I wanted to get further on that, and it's just not been a priority. Well, you'll see I found some other ones that I'm just really loving. So, all right, excuse me. All right, next is a new start. Oh, actually, no, let me show you my Heaven and Earth first. Now, this one I showed you on the Q-snap last time, so you didn't see how big it is. But this is my Bird of Paradise Heaven and Earth. This is an 18 count full cross, 18 count Ada 2/1. And if you remember correctly, last time I was going to have to fill in all of this 3865. I finished more of the 3770, that darker cream color, and I've got some in here of the 3865, but I didn't get as far as I wanted. So like technically all of this in these two just needs to be filled in. And with my other starts, I didn't get as far on this one as I wanted to. I've got a little bit more to get in here of that 3770, but I really just need some time. And what I've noticed is I really can't work on this one at night very well right now. With putting this white in on the white fabric, I really need the daylight because I've had a couple where I see where I miss a cross and I've had to go back and fix it. And it just, it's a little, but whatever, it's mine. But this is how big it will be, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show this. So I've done the silky thread for the markings. You can see this is the edge. That's how, and then you can see all the way to the bottom. Down here's the bottom. Yeah, I don't even think I can get that all the way in. So when this is done, it'll be, I think it's 25 inches by 25 inches. So this is going to be a big one. But I wanted to show you guys at least once off the Q-snap. Like I said, this Ada is super soft, but it's a wrinkled mess. So I am probably going to make progress on this year, but I really am thinking that this one will be a big 2021 focus. We'll see. We shall see. So that's it for the whips that you've seen. A new whip that I started, I think last time, actually, I meant to talk about it at the beginning. Last time I had talked about that I was going to be participating in a online retreat from Stitchy Retreat the first weekend in September from the Black Needle Society. I did that and it was so much fun. They did such a good job hosting it, and I met some wonderful people. They use the Facebook rooms to do kind of drop-in Stitchy chats, and it's kind of like a Zoom, but you don't have to leave Facebook. You just enter the room and then other people can join. But it operates a lot like a Zoom, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I met a lot of people, and I know some of you have subscribed, so thank you and hello. But I encourage you guys to check out Black Needle Society, their retreat. The way they handled it and the giveaways they had, everything was amazing. They have new subscription boxes out for next year that are like every other month, as well as some special themed ones. I had mentioned Frogworts in the last video. That's going to go on sale in January, and that retreat will be in July, over the summer. But the box will go on sale, I believe, January 5th, 6th, somewhere around there. It's on their Instagram, so check that out. But it was so much fun. And like I said, you don't have to know anybody in there. I didn't know anybody going into that and just joined, and they've been very welcoming. So I highly recommend checking out their Facebook group. But one of the things that we had to do was to stitch on a Halloween piece. And surprisingly enough, I didn't have one. So I had gotten the Halloween sampler from Shashuda. And let me show you. Well, actually, I'll insert a picture here to show what that's going to look like. So now you've seen that. It's very similar to the Harry Potter. It's just different blocks, which is great. It's the same size as the one I just finished. And so this is on, I had some off-white Ada, and I was going to use it for another project, and now I'm not. This is, I believe, 14 or 16 count. It might be 14 count, because I think it will be the exact same size as Harry Potter. So I've only got 2 blocks going. This one I have the black and the purple, but not the white. And this one I just have the purple, but not the black for the cat yet. And so we'll make some progress on this one. Again, this one probably won't be a priority, but I did think it was cute, and I wanted, like, probably next year Halloween kind of thing. It's just a fun stitch, and you can stitch this. I think I stitched the whole headstone one in the 1 hour stitchy time that we had for the challenge. So it does go fairly quickly. The pattern, it's very blocky, so it's not a lot of confetti or anything in this particular pattern. The Harry Potter one had actually more confetti. This one is very black, and it only has 5 colors, I think. So highly recommend, again, if you're just getting into it like I was and wanted something to try and ease your way back in. I think those are some really good, easy, full coverage type ones to start with. So not that I'm an expert. The other start I have for Halloween is the Stitchonomy Stitch Along. And she released the frame mid-September, and then every day in October there's a different little block, and it's like a 1" by 1" block with a little Halloween, you know, motif, I guess. I'm behind, and partly because I decided to kind of redesign the frame. First time I'm doing something like this, and I'm probably crazy. And of course, the engineer in me wanted to map it all out and have it be perfect. So I'm just getting started. Now, last time I had shown you a light purple piece of fabric from Brandy with Bestitch Me that I had planned on using for this. No matter which way I did it, it just wasn't working out size-wise. The count for it really wasn't what I wanted, and the stitches were too small. And I did some test stitches on the corner, and it's just beautiful fabric, just not for this project. So what I found, since I'm watching all of you FFO things, I found this really cute like coffin tray at Joann's. They have them right now. This is the larger of the two. They have 2 sizes. And I really want to put the stitching inside here. And I'll paint this, probably paint it black or something, but, and then maybe decorate something on the top to be able to hang it up. But how cute is this? Is that adorable? So the frame is supposed to look, ignore my notes. That's what the frame is supposed to look like. So it's just supposed to be a square. And putting that inside that wasn't going to look so good. So I am redoing the frame in kind of a grid. And yes, I actually traced the tray and did a test stitch on my fabric and mapped it out. And the part that's a little darker there is what I've done so far. So I'll show you guys that. It's kind of crazy. Just if it doesn't work out, it's just a Halloween decoration for my house. So, but this is on a new piece of fabric, and it's from Friday Night Fight Night from Brandy. So it's not, I don't have a name, but it's gorgeous. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the part of the frame in the center that I've done so far. And this is 18 count. And I think it's going to look great. So, and it's just the perfect size for that tray. So very, very excited. So we'll see how that goes. It could be a hot mess, but it's kind of fun to try something different and make something a little bit my own. Be a little bit more creative. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, hopefully it's not a disaster, but all right. And then my last start was the one I had told you about. The one that is Miss Erin at 2 Martini Stitcher. This vault, this is her piece that she was working on for Belisano. And it is the Harry Potter book covers by Fox and Teacup Designs. So this is how big it's going to be. You can see the bottom of it. So I think I've made really good progress for a start. This is the full width of book 1. So I'm getting down into the arch where we'll start to see Harry a little bit. So I've got the H done. This is 25 count Lugana Easy Grid from Charting Creations. And I am doing 2/1 tent stitch, so half cross. But seriously, I'm in love with this. And that is really where all my focus went. So all of my plans, I told you last week or last month, last video, I was going to work on my Heaven and Earth, and I was going to work on Haunted Mansion. Yeah, I worked on this. I will say this is only probably 4 or 5 nights of Zoom call stitching. I've been kind of saving this for when I'm on with folks stitching together, and it's just, like I said, I love it. So if you're into Harry Potter like I am, you should check out Fox and Teacup Designs. She's got a couple other Harry Potter designs that are just really cool. So that's my whips. The one I forgot, not you know what, I'm not going to edit it back in, but I will show you, is right here. So this is a ornament kit from and I got it off of Amazon last year. And I finished the bell, stitching the bell, but I haven't done the back stitch on it yet. And I am starting the next one, which I believe is the candle or the tree. I'll have to check. But that actually it's on like it's not exactly plastic canvas. It's not as thick as plastic canvas, but it's not fabric. It's like flexible. It's kind of like flexible like this. And it's 14 count. It came with it. It's a kit, but I've seen it at Joann's rolled up next to the Ada that they have. So it's really pliable. And I'm just going to back them with some felt and then put like the year. What I did is I had my boys pick 4 of the 6 each, and I'm just going to stitch them for them. And then they're going to have ornaments that, mommy made for them that they can pass down. As I said, in a couple months when the Christmas, well, maybe even next video, if I have my Christmas stuff out, I'll try and pull aside the ornaments that I had stitched with my grandma, and I could show you guys that I have those. And the idea of that my kids could have those someday and, have ones that I've stitched to me is just, I don't know, I think that's cool. So, I don't know. I'm nerdy. Get all sappy. It's something that at least, I have 2 boys. The odds of them probably keeping my cross stitch on the walls that's probably slim to none, let's face it. But ornaments are something that you can hand down, and so I figure we'll start with that. So, all right, that's it for whips. That's all I got. I thought it was more. Maybe it's not so much. Maybe it is. I don't know. I had a couple days with a good couple thousand stitches in. I felt really good, but now that I look at it, I feel inferior. So I guess with that, I'll go to haul. Sorry, I still check my notes. One of the things I was going to show you, it's kind of not haul, it's crafty. I raided my own stash. So I had made some planner charms for myself, not selling them or anything, but I love Disney Zoom Zooms, and I had some duplicates, and so I had made a planner charm. I don't know if you can see this. And so I took my little Tigger, because he's good Halloween colors, and I put him on a ring, and I'm going to, for that Stitchonomy sale, I'm going to put my floss away bags on there. I just thought it was really cute to have a little floss drop. So I have a couple of these that I've made. I probably will get bigger lobster claw hooks so that they can slide a little better, but yeah, my little Tiggers. I have a couple more. I have a couple that I was going to do, and then actually I was going to cut. I have some of the larger size Zoom Zooms that I was going to cut and maybe try making into needle minders or cover minders for my diamond painting too. So we shall see. All right. Most of my haul, well, pretty much all of my haul, the new haul, is all fabric. Because I have 0 stash, right? I told you I was just starting out. So I got Charting Creations. This is a 14 count Zweigart, and it's opal. See that? You can see the opal lesson in there. And I was going to use this for the Woodland Creature sale for those little ornaments. It won't take the full fabric, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of it, but this might be good for other Christmas ornaments. But yeah, so there's that one. And then that Disneyland map, I'm also going to do on 25 count. That one's huge. It's also going to be like 25 by 25. So this is a 27 by 36 piece of 25 count Lugana. So this is just massive. So this is going to do the Disneyland map, and I think one other piece. I just ordered it together. I forget offhand which one, but so I can never have enough of that. Then I got some 18 count Ada. This is beige. Now this one, and it's not really showing you how dark it is. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. There you go. Now you can see. Um, I don't love this. I ordered this to do Stuart Cunningham's Letters from Hogwarts, the stitch along. I know I'm not going to get to it this year, but I've been downloading it and was thinking I would do this, but this beige is really. I thought online it looked more like it was like parchment, but it's just not. It's beige, beige. It's like bad 1980s foundation beige. Um, like it doesn't match your skin tone type one. So I might just try and coffee tea dye this one, or something, and just try and make it look more parchmenty because I think it's just too like clean and boring. Um, or I'll find something else to use this for, and then maybe get like a Fortnite fabric or a bee stitching or some sort of modeled fabric for the Stuart Cunningham sale. But it's okay. Just when you look at things online and it's just not, it doesn't come the way you want it to. It is what it is. So, um, and then I got some black Ada. This is just 14 count black Ada from Joann's. It's boring, but I am going to stitch the RBG when there are 9 pattern on this. I don't know when. Hopefully November. This will go in. As to quote Erin, my secondary mantra is let's just stitch up real quick. But for real, other folks have stitched this and it has stitched up pretty quick. So I'm hoping this will stitch up pretty quick. And I think I could make like 2 or 3 of them. I have some people who would like that. So, yeah. And then I got some from Brandy. These are 3. So with the orange I got for the Stitchonomy sale, I got 3 other fabrics in the Fight Night. This is an 18 count Ada. Kind of like a gray with just a little bit of like a teal in the back of it. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but with that kind of, I don't know. It's pretty close, but I figure it's a good dark neutral. I'm sure I'll be able to find something to go on that. The next one I got was the Not Another Sampler. And this one, you can see it's just a perfect kind of off-white, that aged look. This is also 18 count Ada. I seem to have the best luck on her fight nights with the 18 count Ada. All y'all are real fast on the other ones. So I got that. And then this last one, I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a 32 count Jobelin. Can I tell you y'all, these holes are small. They're small. Okay, I know this is like just over 216 count, but holy moly, these are small, tiny. So all of you who say, "Oh, it's no big deal, just go to, to go from Ada to even weave." But I mean, how could I not? Look out that. It's gorgeous. And it's long. It's really a long piece, which I don't know what I'm going to put on there either, but I really want to do the ink circles, the haunted mandala. But yeah, so this is an 18-inch by 34-inch Jobelin. I mean, they're small. So I've gone down the rabbit hole now of not Ada. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Okay. Now, this bit of haul, if you're still with me, hopefully you are. This is kind of a funny story. How many times have you know, had something in the back of your mind of like, I have this and I bought this like, I don't know, let's just say 20 years ago. And I've moved probably 4 or 5 times since then, and I don't know where it is anymore, but I think I kept it. I don't think I threw it out. And then one day you're doing something and all of a sudden it just like, what if it's in that box that's in that room? And you go there and you actually find it. Have any of you ever had that happen? I did. I found my cross stitch stash from college. I don't know why. It just clicked. It was like, what if it's in that tub that's in that room that you haven't gone in since you moved? So I found a nice little tote filled with projects from college. Y'all, we're going to go back here. Now, you've seen what I've stitched. You can kind of see what my aesthetic is. It's not the same as it was back then, let's put it that way. So first I found a piece. Now I finished this piece, the stitching. I did not do the back stitch. And I bought two because in my mind I was going to hang two over my couch on either side of a mirror. And yes, there's painter's tape on it. And yes, the painter's tape is 20 years old. So this is what I stitched. And my back is actually pretty neat. I'm proud of myself. It's not a hot mess. But yeah, so look at that. I found a almost whip that's been in my possession for 20 years. And I can show you what it's supposed to look like because I have another one. This is Dimensions Stately Palm. It's an 8 by 16 inch on 14 count beige Aida. You know that beige Aida I just bought and didn't like? Yeah, I've got more of it. So this is what it looks like when it's done. Oh, there's a glare. Sorry, I'm not opening this one, but you can kind of see. So there's like a lot of back stitch up on the border and then through the leaves and then in the grass here. So, I mean, it's really pretty. I don't know that I'll ever finish this. I might. Do any of you love it? Any of you love this kit? I have a kit. Let me know. But the funny thing about this is I had this stored in like a plastic envelope that was for like scrapbooking. I put the highlighter that I highlighted the pattern in there with, the highlighter's been in there for 20 years and it still works. But somehow miraculously it did not leak on my cross stitching. I don't know. I don't think I'd do that again. But isn't that funny? I'm like, yeah, so found that. The other thing I found, and this is really kind of why I was wanting to find this, is I have always loved Frank Lloyd Wright architecture. If you're not familiar with Frank Lloyd Wright, the very famous house Falling Water, with the waterfall through it in Pennsylvania. There is a lot of his architecture in Chicago. There's some in the Detroit area here in Michigan, and then a lot out west as well. And I've always been a fan of his architecture, but also his stained glass. And I found back in college, I found some cross stitch patterns that were of his stained glass. They're by Heartland House Designs, and the website is heartlandhouse.com. And I went and I searched online, and there are a couple of stores that still sell these kits. Or actually, I think they're just charts now, they're not kits. But so this one is the first one that I actually started. This is Fountain Art Glass. Isn't that gorgeous? This house is the Susan Lawrence It's from the Dana House in Springfield, Illinois. So I have not been to this house, but I loved that. Now here's the kicker, right? So all my stuff has been stitched on Aida. We just had the discussion about the 32 count Joblin. If you had asked me in my last video to swear on a stack of Bibles that I have never stitched on even weave before, I would have. I don't recall ever stitching on even weave, but apparently I stitched on even weave. So this pattern is on 28 count even weave. And yes, this is 20-year-old painter's tape as well. But yeah, so I stitched and I stitched 2 over 2. 2 over 2. Who knew? Looks pretty good. I'm proud of myself. So I will probably finish these at some point, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the painter's tape. Hopefully it doesn't damage the fabric. This one also had a highlighter in it. I don't know what I was thinking. Thank God that didn't leak. Um, and thank God I thought to copy the pattern so I still have a clean pattern that I haven't highlighted on. But this will probably go into my rotation for next year. Super awesome find. Now, even then, I probably knew that a pattern couldn't travel alone. So I also got the Tree of Life window, and this one I apologize for the glare. So this is from the Martin House. Again, it's a full kit. It is on, this is also on 28 count even weave, and this is in the Martin House. This one doesn't say where the house is located. I would have to Google, but this will also go on my rotation. I love, 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 love the purples in this. It's gorgeous. Purple and green, my two favorite colors. So this is what clicked. I'm like, what if it's in the box? I really want to find these. So I'm so excited about this. So excited. Um, so yeah, big find. And then just to add to like the Christmasness of this all is sorry, it's been a day here. You're getting the messy bun. Sorry. Um, I also found a whole floss. Apparently, I used to bobbinate my floss too. Who knew? Once again, so I found this a bunch of brand new skeins plus whatever I had bobbinated, and these aren't with the kit. So this is all just stuff I apparently bought. And on top of that, look at this. I got Krennic. Never stitched with this. I also would have sworn I have never purchased or knew anything about Krennic until I saw it on Flosstube. I apparently have 3 spools of it. I'm guessing it's used on the Frank Lloyd Wright ones, but are they all the same here? Let's see. I think they're all the same. 105C, 105C, 105C. Yep. So yeah, 3 spools of silver 105 Krennic. So that's a pretty good find. Look at this. I got like a whole section of 310 here. And I've got a bunch of ecru and a bunch of white. So to add that in the mix. But it's like Christmas. And then the last thing, well, I should say, so the Frank Lloyd Wright kit that I found, apparently I had a Pinko organizer. So I also have a Pinko organizer. So this is the threads from that kit. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at those colors. Love it. But yeah, so apparently I have a Pinko organizer too. So it really was like Christmas. I mean, that's probably a good $100 worth of stuff between the Pinko organizer, the 4 kits, and the floss. So that's exciting. Exciting. So that's old haul. It was kind of free, which is always a good thing. So, the last thing I have in haul is my Stitchy Planner came. So, and I am reading out of it, but this is my, oh, here, let's see. Open that. Maybe the glare won't be so bad. This is my 2021 Stitchy Planner. This is from Plum Paper. And yes, it's huge, huge. So what I did is I ordered the monthly planner, monthly tabbed planner, and what that gives you is it gives you just a like a standard monthly spread, and then it has 6 pages of just blank paper, well, lined note paper. But I'm going to use that to track Flosstube, Whipco, Enchanted Stitches, the 24 hours across stitch, acrostics. So some of the stuff I want to try and do for stitching next year to try and work through some challenges, try new things, as well as work through my whips. What I like about Plum Paper is it's totally customizable. So once you pick your layout, you can customize it. And then I have these checklist pages put in at the end of each month. And what I'm going to do here is, so across the top, two-sided. Write the days, 1 through 15, and then 16 through 30 or 31, whatever. And then on my whips down here, and then I can mark off the days I work on each one. And then I plan on the calendar pages to just write in what I worked on and then the number of stitches if it's in Pattern Keeper and I'm tracking it. So it'll kind of be a stitching journal. The other cool thing about plum paper is you can pick your start month and how long you want your planner to be. So the reason mine is 2021, so I'm starting in October. I did a 15-month planner, so this will take me through till December of next year. So I didn't want to get something that was just going to continue to be mid-year, and then after that, 2022 will just be its own planner and it won't be as thick. And then at the end, I added, this is their to-do lists, but I plan to kind of use these as whip cards. So I can write my whip, write my fabric, flosses, anything I changed, the day I started, finish, FFO, that kind of stuff. And then I added some dot grid, which is really light, dot grid pages, so that I can use this for either charting things out or WhipGo type stuff, and then graph paper, same thing. So I added those at the end, and then it comes with I added a vinyl pocket that I can stick things in, as well as it comes with this like paper pocket. So I was thinking about doing a flip through of it, more detail, because there are other sections in there and the months. If you're interested, leave me a comment down below, and maybe I can just do a little bonus walkthrough on this. Like I said, if you're interested. But plumpaper.com, they usually have a fantastic Black Friday sale. I got their Labor Day sale, and so I ordered on Labor Day, and it arrived like September 20th. Or no, it shipped on the 21st, and I got it on the 24th. So it's out of California, and I've ordered these for the last 3-4 years, and I love them. And you can customize your covers, and you can have ones that snap in and all of that. So that is pretty cool. So excited about that. And I know it's thick and I know it's big, but I figure I'm not going to carry it with me. It's not my everyday diary planner. I'm not planning events. So I'm okay that it's thick. They also offer the option for it to come unbound, and then you can punch it. So if you use like Happy Planner, you can punch your Happy Planner punches and use the discs if you'd like. So that's kind of nice that you can, you can kind of customize it that way and then be able to move pages around and reorder it however you want. I just kind of went with this easy, kept it kind of contained and one less thing for me to deal with for now. Maybe by 2022 I'll have moved on to the discs and everything else. So I guess that's it for haul. I'm gonna try and be good and not buy stuff for a little while. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, my Stitchy wish list for patterns is growing, of course, especially enabled by all of you out there that I watch all the time. Everybody's got some great things, and I've got to get some Christmas pieces. Christmas is my favorite time of year, so I definitely have to get some Christmas pieces going. But plans for October, though, we've got a lot in October. We've got some family stuff going on, some health things we're dealing with in our family. So any prayers you can send for me, for my family, month of October would be much appreciated. My sister is moving back home to Michigan, so I'm very excited about that as well. And, the kids' school stuff just keeps going. They're back 5 days in person. That's a lot to deal with. So hopefully I can get as much stitchy time as I want to, because it really is my therapy. I need it. I need this every night. I need a little bit, just one strand, something. And, I'm now to the point where I'm not even touching all my whips in a month because of all of you people. It's all your fault. I blame each and every one of you. But I thank you at the same time. So I guess my plans I definitely want to finish the frame outline on that Halloween sale within October. I want to make sure that it fits in that little coffin tray. And then if I can get to some of the motifs, that's a bonus. But at least for this year, I just want to get that done, the frame, in October. I want to work on Harry Potter book covers. I'm in love with it. And if I have the mojo and the want to do it, let's just keep going. Um, and then I have to get my I voted done. And like I said, I want to stitch another 4 or 5 of those and get them FFO'd for folks for election day. So that is the plan. Um, one other thing I wanted to call out: stitching Jules on Flosstube. I'm sure many of you have probably heard of her. She has a great blog with a ton of resources on it, with a bunch of you like Flosstubers on there. But she also just started designing her own charts and opened an Etsy shop. And I encourage you guys to check it out. She's got some really different stuff, and I think it's really cool. Um, she has a penguin one that I am in love with. I will be buying that at some point in the next month or so. Um, and hopefully maybe that'll work my way into its December rotation. But just some really different things. So I encourage you to check it out. And I really like, she also streams on Twitch, which is fun to participate in while I'm stitching. So if you haven't done that, that's another fun way to follow along with stitchers on a Stitch with Me too. So highly recommend. But I guess with that, I will wrap up. I apologize. This one's longer for me, longer than my first. So hopefully you made it this far. I would like to say thanks to everyone who watched my first video. And if you found me new and you do go back and watch it, thank you so much. I was so nervous, and everyone left me such lovely comments, and it was so great to read them and receive the feedback that you guys left for me. It was also great to find some other fellow Michiganders, as well as some folks from all around the world who posted. So thank you very much. I never imagined I would have had the views on that video or the amount of subscribers after one video that I did. I thought maybe like 5 people would see it, and that would be it. So thank you to each and every one of you. I would also ask, if you liked this video, to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Again, I'm going to try and do these once a month, so I would hope right at the end of October, probably beginning of November, with an October wrap-up is what I'll aim for. But we shall see how that all goes, and I will continue to try and post on Instagram as well. Cade's Crafts here on YouTube, also Cade's Crafts on Instagram. So I will link that below, but please come find me and leave me a note so I can follow you back. That would be fantastic. And thanks again. Thank you very, very much. I hope you guys have a great October. Stay healthy. Make sure you're registered to vote if you're in the US, or if you're an American citizen living abroad, do the same. Make sure you get your ballot in, know the rules in your state. Everything's changing. Have a plan to vote, okay? Please. I don't care who you vote for, but just vote. Too many people stayed home last time. Vote, 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 vote. Can't say it enough. So thank you. Thanks again. Just, I love this community, and I am so glad to be a part of it, and honored, really. So I hope you all have a great month, and we'll see you next time. Bye.